Ah,
Hello, Catherine.
yes. So the people, hi, Catherine. So the people that wouldn't be able to make it tonight, we have to record it. So good thing I remember that. Um, so, like I said, we're very excited that we have over, I think, 130 people tonight. Um, not doesn't mean everyone might be here on the first shot, but why not? So we are very excited to get started with this. The idea came with us working as obviously two osteopaths that love what we do. We get to help people feel better. Obviously, that's the goal. But we've always been way more interested in the whole package with when we're treating somebody. We're more interested in helping someone get over their resistance and try and tap into something bigger for themselves to get away from all these densities and resistances that we get so attached to. So there's going to be a lot of stuff the next 10 days to kind of take a deep dive into some of the language around what we're talking about in terms of meditation, in terms of states of consciousness, in terms of what state you're in when you're meditating, and a lot of stuff that revolves around the densities and resistances that we encounter on a regular basis and how we teeter from um, those things occupying a lot of our mind space to feeling great about ourselves. And what's the difference? And how do you tap into something like that more frequently in order to change your frequency and have an impact not only on how you're feeling, but have an impact on your surroundings, on your reality, on everything that's happening in your life? You can elbow me anytime you want to
Yeah, I'm
kick.
still looking at
Are
people
you?
coming
Okay,
in.
there you
Sorry.
go.
It's
So,
like blank.
so some of the things we're gonna cover, we're gonna jump right in today into some of the concepts that we want to talk about. So, it for us in osteopathy and the basis of why we wanted to introduce some meditation is because we found that treating people often, quite often those that have either seen myself or my wife or any osteopath um, uh, can, obviously have some benefits of what that can do to make you feel better physically, mentally, and or spiritually. But we also wanted to give everyone some possibility to be more self-sufficient and to drive your own energy meter, meaning help you adjust your energy where in your life on a daily basis in order to have a different impact on what's happening with you on all those planes, right? So the idea here is to get a little bit more familiar with that. What do you have to do to take this deep dive into feeling these things and not getting stuck in that density? So we're going to explain a little bit about what that means, right? So a little bit about yeah, you got the hard job of clicking. We got to hire a clicker. The girls were busy studying. We debated tying them up, but we didn't have to. They were behaving themselves. So the the biggest thing that we want to go through on day one here is we're going to talk a little bit about how we get stuck in either, like everyone's felt, like either pain in their body, whether or not they're feeling upset in their life, whether they're having problems with their kids, whether you're having problems financially, whether you're having all these issues that can arise from getting stuck and fixated on all these resistances that we focus on a daily basis. So, like many of you know, if you wake up and you start right away thinking about all these things that are bothering you, you tend to have a bad day. You don't feel good. Your body doesn't feel good. All these things are relevant to the frequency that you're putting your focus on. So, a lot of what we want to do in these 10 days is how do we exercise that focus, that attention to benefit you in a way that will be positive? Because everything is frequency. It Anything we do, anything we're exposed to, the the things we watch, the things we read, the things we listen to, who talks to us, our friends, our environment, all these things have an impact on how we vibrate as a person. That's why when everyone's had that experience when you walk into a room, and you're actually meeting someone for the first time, you quite often don't even have to hear them say anything, and you can already get a gauge of whether or not you like that person.
Mm.
Everyone feels this type of reaction on a daily basis. Just we don't put so much emphasis on it because we're not really taught this, right? So the whole point of these 10 days is we're going to really uh, ad nauseum talk about all these effects and why is it so hard to step out of it. So to give you an example, like in science, they always talk about the atom. So for those of you that have studied science, you'd see the atom being this, let's say we reference it as a sphere. The actual content of matter in the atom is 0.00001%. The 99.99999% is empty space. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean it's empty. I would actually argue it is the complete opposite. It contains everything. It contains all the vibration and frequency that can have an impact on any possibility or any potential that exists. So the we tend to focus on this tiny 0.0001% on a regular basis, and we neglect all this 99% of potential that is right in front of us. So how do you go from the 0.001%, I forgot a zero, but to the 99.99999%, five nines, to bathing in that frequency to allow yourself to get accustomed to that sensation of calmness, to that sensation of recovery, that restfulness where your body will relax, where your body will download things to repair itself. We live in this amazing body that knows how to heal itself. The only thing that gets in the way is when we get hyper focused on our resistance. So whatever we resist will persist, right? So that's why we want to change where our focus goes. So those of you that have heard that where focus goes, energy flows, right? So there's a reason we say that. It's wherever we put our focus and attention is going to channel that energy and have an impact on what's happening in our life. So that's why when we make it a point to prepare for something, whether it's a sport, whether it's something at work, and we go about it in a uh, like, let's say, for example, you get up in the morning, you had a bad sleep, and I'm not going to listen to Kevin. He told me to get up and meditate. I'm just too tired. I'm going to stay in bed, which is fine. There's no judgment because I've done it. The thing that will happen is you get up, you don't do that routine to channel yourself, to put yourself in that state where you could start from wherever you want, how you want to feel on that day. What is it that is important to you? Well, then what will happen is then you're actually living with these old emotions that you've had from either the past or that you're holding on because you're worried about the future. So you're never really in that bathing in that frequency that'll actually help you move into a direction that's going to be uh, more in alignment with who you are. So then you get to work, or you're in your car and you're driving, and then you have all these people that are trying to cut you off, and you're getting pissed off at that, and then you snowball into this kind of battle with all the exterior elements that can be quite overwhelming sometimes. We live in a very, very dense place. So there's a lot of heaviness. There's a lot of like stuff in the media. There's a lot of things that happen on a regular basis. If we don't train ourselves to bring our attention to somewhere, in this case, that empty space where we can actually recharge ourselves, then we are the victims of our past. We are the victims of worrying about the future. These are all these things that can arise to have an impact on our frequency, our state of being, and our reality on a day-to-day basis. Did I lose anybody yet? If you turn your video on, or you guys can message us too. Um, so does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Okay. So now, okay.
Ouais, je pense qu'on devrait parler peut-être au niveau du système nerveux,
Yep.
qui est juste la base de comment qu'on fonctionne. Parce qu'en fait, c'est un peu selfish, là. C'est égoïste qu'est-ce qu'on fait, Kevin et moi, avec vous.
I think it has to.
It has to be in English?
I think so. Yeah, that was the.
Oh, maman.
Sorry, hon. I'll uh, I'll translate it for you.
Yeah, I can speak English. Just I thought maybe some of people were more French, but
Did I
what was
throw
it?
you off? The nervous system. Sorry.
Yeah, the nervous
So
system. Yes, I
yeah,
wanted to say that actually us as osteopath will, while you come in the office, usually you're a bit stressed, you're hurting, there's this, and then, oh, this happened, and da, da, da. And then we work on you. We get some movement into your central chain, which is your chakras. And then we relax, we work your head. Everybody loves it. It relaxes you. And then you see the bigger picture. You start feeling better. You get up from the table and you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. And yeah, it's true. I should do this. I should do that. And da, da, da. So, but if you come in the office and you're already feeling better because you did meditation, you're looking at what you want to be feeling like. So, what Kevin was saying was when you look at that little density that is heavy instead of every possibility of how you could feel, because it ends up being a little bit of a choice, you can come in the office, have your energy higher, and we have to do just a little something and it works, or you don't have to come in the office and you do it by yourself. We want you guys to be more responsible of the way you feel, the way you feel in your body and your emotions mentally, and we want to give you back that power. Like you do have the power to help yourself.
that's a the good point you brought up too is how they feel, right? So like in a lot of this, what we're going to be doing is putting you guys in an experience to feel something, not just think something, just like taking a course or doing something intellectually. You know, we can understand something. It doesn't mean that we're, you know, out in the left field here. But did you actually experience it? That's how we download things and change our vibration. Because, like Catherine said, the only way to change how the body is reacting is by changing the frequency. Frequency affects matter. Anything you look around you, anything that is dense around you is a frequency. It's a very, very low frequency that is solid, right? So, like when we feel and experience emotions that are very dense and heavy, why do you think your body feels like that? This is the reason we can get stuck in these things. And we're not trying hard to hide the fact that it's extremely difficult. One, trust me, I am very stubborn. She didn't even eye roll. That was amazing. Two, I don't like to be told what to do. I worked on these things quite a bit. Uh, and so I, where was I going with that? It just made it very difficult for me to notice when I was in the issue, like in the trauma I was in the conflict I was in, or in the state that I was feeling, to catch myself and actually be like, okay, I don't want to be like this anymore. So I'm sure this has happened to everybody. You know, like, why did I say that? I didn't even mean that. Why do I felt like I did that again. Why did I react like that again? These are,
Or you say like, it's not me. Why am I doing
yes.
this? It's not me.
So if you have done that, that is fantastic because you're already ahead of the game. The awareness has already started. That's how you build on this, is start being aware of when you're in it, and then taking that decision to actually say, okay, I don't want to feel like that anymore. But what do I do to change it? So this is why we wanted to do this with everybody. It's work. We want to make it fun. We want to make it so that people have these different experiences to get to know what they feel like when you're in them so that you can reproduce them and allow yourself. That's what I'm going to ask everyone to start with here is just to allow yourself the chance to relax.
To
No,
let go, completely
yeah,
let go, surrender.
no, like there's no mission here. There's no one's getting a medal, whether one day you levitate or not. Doesn't matter. None of us are going to do that probably. Um, there was that one time. Anyway, the
Ish.
yeah, yeah. No, no. But the idea here is really we know how difficult it is to actually surrender and allow yourself just to relax. And I'm telling you, I've meditated for a long time, and I look back, and the meditation I was doing was just to give you an example. Like I would sit there, and some of you are going to do that. You're like, ah, this music is annoying. Why do you put it so loud? Why is his voice like that? Why is it 30 minutes? My God, why is my back hurt? Why am I turning? Oh my God, what's it? What time is it? Stop. Just give yourself the chance to relax. That's all you have to do. There's no mission.
But that little voice will be there,
Oh yeah.
criticizing, judging.
Yeah.
Just observe it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, oh,
Yeah.
no, it won't work. Don't resist it. It will persist. So
Yeah.
relax, observe it, and tell that little voice, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Calm down.
Yeah. So
Talk
that's
to it.
absolutely.
Talk to yourself. It's your mind just trying to save you. The mind
Yeah.
is there. The brain is there to save you.
Well,
So
that's
if
a
you try to let go, it will, no, no, no,
yeah.
wake up.
I
Should
love
take my phone.
I love what you just said. I love what you just said because it is about security and feeling safe. Okay. I've just very quickly because I want to go through this. This is a very important concept in letting go. Like you don't let go if you don't feel safe. So now why that sounds ridiculous. Well, why wouldn't I feel safe if I'm calm and you're gonna see. Your body is gonna tell you, I don't like it here. Why are we doing this? We should be doing this. Oh, maybe I should be, oh, did I do the groceries? Just observe. That's what meditation is. It's just the art of observing with no judgment. No judgment. As soon as we start to judge, as soon as we start to criticize, as soon as we start to fall in that trap of getting pulled in the density again, guess what? You are disconnected. You're not connected anymore. The whole point we're trying to do is observe those things to allow yourself to bathe in that bigger frequency so that you can reconnect. That's the whole point. We want you guys to have that possibility to connect so that you can recharge your battery in order to make it easier to tackle those things when you're in the chaos. Because that's another trap. You meditate, you're in a nice room, it's nice and quiet, the doors are locked, the kids can't come in. But then eventually you got to get out there. So then what? How do you bring that calmness into the chaos? It's just practice. The more we do it, uh, it's actually something that is very, very important for um, us to do in terms of. I lost my train of thought there first. What was I talking about?
Squirrel.
Excuse me.
That's okay.
We got a little
Oh, it's okay.
comment. Yeah.
So,
To get back.
oh yeah,
with
to get
the
back
kids that
to back up.
are
So to
screaming
go back
and
into the
getting
chaos, it's very important that we exercise that muscle in order to be able to take it out into that and have the awareness to know, like, oh yeah, I'm getting pulled into this again. All right, let's take a little breath and calm down. How do I want to tackle this? Okay, so it's always about what energy am I bringing to this situation right now? Okay, so there's things throughout these 10 days that we're going to bring up. There's going to be things from many different sources that we're going to try and give to you guys um, so that basically you guys can have some tools that you can use and that you can use to increase that awareness and then help you with a certain focus and attention to bring yourself into that state. So does that make any sense to you guys? Okay. So all right, we still got some time too. Awesome. So that's what we're going to do each day. Is you're going to see that we're going to actually guide you through a meditation to bring you into that state. So I'm going to be speaking throughout that just to
Guide you.
guide you guys into the possibility of what could be happening with you, just to remind you, like, bring yourself back. You're going to hear me say things like, calm yourself down, just relax, because it's important, one, to have repetition. It's important for you guys to get in that habit too of telling yourself, okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down and bring ourselves. Oh, Ellie made it. There we go. Sorry about I actually bumped someone out of the the Zoom meeting by accident, and there she is. It always works out. Okay, so that's it. So the whole point about now that we want to tell you guys is to actually think of a few things while we dive into this meditation. It's going to be one. Oh yeah, number one is no judgment. Let's just relax. Let's just allow ourselves the opportunity to experience something different. There's no good, there's no bad. There's no, oh, I didn't reach a certain level and I didn't feel this. And why didn't I feel that? When you're going to make notice, just observe, be the observer. So they always say in science, again, uh, that the observer is the one that dictates the frequency, right? So it really is us and the way we perceive things that will have an impact on how the frequency is in our body, right? So the more you observe these things that you don't want to be attached to and you just do not get pulled into them, the more you can detach from them and bathe in that bigger frequency. It's like you're pulling yourself out of that tiny, tiny 0.00001% and letting yourself bathe in something much bigger, much greater. You're going to hear us call it many things: source energy, universal energy. For those that are religious, it could be God. It's really whatever you want it to be. It's just, this is what we want to kind of allow the body to sit in order to recover, to bring ourselves back to some balance. So like Catherine was mentioning before, about in osteopathy, we talk a lot about the autonomic nervous system. So the autonomic nervous system is the system in our body that controls how the body functions. So the body functions in a very specific way. We have the sympathetic system and we have the parasympathetic system. So all that means is that one system will respond to stressors. So it's the fight or flight system. So whenever we experience stress um, from all things, like from the environment, from our mental stress to physical stress, to all these things, will actually have an impact on bringing us into this sympathetic system, which is where we don't feel good if we stay there for too long. So you can have stuff where you don't sleep well, your digestion's off, you have body pain everywhere, you have tension everywhere in the body, um, you don't regulate hormonally properly, your metabolism doesn't work as well. So all these things, when we get stuck in it, and that's when we focus too much on those resistances, we don't fall into what's called the parasympathetic, which is what actually balances the body. So the balancing happens in that division when we calm and rest. That's why they call that one rest and repair. So usually at night, we'll fall into the brain waves that will allow that to happen if we actually get there. So if we condition the body, it's not usually willingly, to be in this state where we're constantly aggravating it, it gets used to it. And then what happens is that gap between the two gets bigger. So you'll see, like, certain people, you'll notice, like, they're just, like Catherine was saying before, coming into the office and they're just, all they're late, they're all nervous, they don't feel well. That's usually someone stuck in that state. So what tends to happen is that it makes it very difficult for them to come back down and re-regulate themselves on a regular basis. So what we want to do here is close the gap to make it easier for you to jump from one to the other so that your body can actually heal itself better, so that you hormonally will regulate better, you'll have better digestion, you'll have better sleep. This is the goal of trying to condition the body to function in a more efficient way.
I think we're good.
Makes sense?
Yeah. I think we should go.
Okay.
Should go visit it.
We're going to go visit it?
Yeah.
Are you going to stay here or are you going to?
No, I think I'm going to go there and make sure that we can hear the sound.
Oh, yeah.
And
We'll
the
do
music well.
a quick audio check. All right. So for those of you that a little quick break to go to the bathroom or whatever, now's the time. We're going to just test a few things quickly just to make sure everything works here. 1 second here. 1 sec. I wanted to see. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Pour ceux et celles qui sont des francophones, c'est sûr que pour le temps qu'on avait, c'est sûr qu'aujourd'hui, on faisait le séminaire en anglais, mais c'est sûr qu'il va y avoir d'autres séminaires, il va en avoir beaucoup, puis il va en avoir qui vont être aussi juste en français. Fait que désolé si il y a eu un petit problème avec ça, j'aurais dû préciser, mais c'est sûr qu'on va en faire en français aussi. Alors, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started with just setting this up. To put their earphones in? Yeah. So for those of you that have, Mally, get out of here, you little rat. Sorry, my dog. She usually comes in when we do this. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off for a second. Go here. A little bit of this. All right, I'm going to turn this off for a sec too, actually. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm good. I don't think so. I'll just make sure the sound works here and then. Okay. Okay. So Kat, just tell me if you can hear this. Hold on a second. Moins fort? Is that good? You can hear me now? Yeah? Okay. Oh, I'm going to say that right now. Okay. So I basically you guys if you can find a place that you're really comfortable, okay? So I know that's something that I had a hard time with in the beginning is that, I had these ideas and there's no judgment here. You can sit the way you want. I just can't sit that way. Is people say, oh, well, I need to sit cross-legged or I need to do this or I need to do that. You don't have to do any of that. You need to find a place where you're going to be comfortable. So you have the least amount of distractions possible and you can enjoy yourself. Okay. So, I'm sitting in a chair for sure, like the least amount of distraction. So, huh? Yeah. So, you can have a blanket, you can have a cushion, you can have eye covers in the future if that's something that you guys like. They do help. Like the more you cut off the stimulus from so if you turn the lights off and allow yourself to just be in a space where you can actually have the most capacity to let go. Okay. And just remember, we just want to take this time to relax, to allow yourself to just decompress and enjoy the experience. Okay. So I'm going to get started here. All right. Here we go. So I want you to take the time to settle in your chair. Get yourself comfortable. Obviously, you're going to close your eyes. Just start to focus on your breath a little bit. Just realizing how you're breathing right now. Am I holding my breath? Am I breathing too fast? Just make a note of it. We're going to put your focus on just trying to relax that breath. Just try and see every time you take a deep breath in now, it's like it's bringing a sense of relaxation into your entire body. And every time you breathe out, this massive sense of relief as you just sink deeper into your chair. Noticing every muscle starting to fall, starting to become heavy. Remember, it doesn't matter when thoughts come up. Just let them. Just notice them. Bring yourself back to your breath. That cleansing breath, every time you breathe in, bring in new energy. And letting it all go as you exhale. Knowing that that breath alone is so essential in that exchange we're trying to do to filter our energy, bring in new life, new frequency, calming down. Just relax. Whenever you get those thoughts again, just know it's okay. Bring yourself back. Just relax. down into your chair. Feeling more and more relaxed as you sit there. Bring your focus to the music. Hearing every note, every rhythm. Allowing yourself to feel that frequency, that source energy as you calm down. You could even imagine in front of you a feather just floating in the air. Focus on that. Every time you do have a thought, sensation that brings you out of your moment, the feather might float up just a bit. Breathe. Every time you breathe in and out, that feather slowly falls down. True reflection of how you're feeling. Consciousness expressing itself. Just keep bringing yourself back and relax. Keep your focus on relaxing your breath, bringing in that source energy, and exhaling, allowing your whole body to just fall down.
Et les baguettes, c'est super simple. Tu préchauffes ton
Calmer you feel, the lower that comes down in the air. You might get a thought and it just shoots up a little bit. Just remember, relax. Breathe that energy in, allow it to just fall down. That's it. Feel with every breath you take, you're flushing your whole body, every cell, with this new energy, this new frequency. Giving yourself that possibility to just bathe in all that relaxation, that restoration. That source knows exactly what to do. Just let it. As you sit in this new calmness, this new sensation, try and remember you're safe here. This is where you can recharge. Change your state. Allow yourself to be open. Allow the possibility for change. As you're sitting in this new state, this new resonance, you feel so much more synchronized now with the music, with your whole being. This is what you truly are. Allow yourself to sit in it and just relax. Let go. As you see yourself feeling so much more relaxed, so much lighter, calmness. You can see yourself just almost floating, looking at space, wide open space. Just feeling so weightless, so free. Nothing holding you back. Absolute surrender. You're safe here. Remember that. Remember, you are safe here. can still have some sensation pulling you back, it's okay. Tell it, calm down, just relax. Calm your breath. Be absolutely still. Just relax. Enjoying what it's like just to feel so light, so free. Free of your pain, free of any worry. Just relax. Whenever the mind brings you back, it's okay. Just relax. Bring yourself back to your breath. Just remember there's nothing to do. Just observe. Just experience. Does it feel like? Bring your breath to the middle of your chest. With every inhale, you start to feel your chest relax, your heart open. With every exhale, allowing any worry, any concern, any tension to just dissolve as you bring back that source energy again right through your heart. Feeling the softness there, feeling maybe what was hiding underneath. Let your body down with that feeling. Remember that feeling. That calmness. That sense of security, comfort that you can come back to any time you want. subtle, very relaxed. You might feel different things in your body. Just observe them. Okay, let that go. Even let that go. Just relax. Fall deeper, deeper into that chair. As you build that muscle, you remember the importance of recharging here. Might still feel some tensions in your body. Resistances come up. Remember, that's okay. That's just the deep programming of that autopilot. Of all that density that we bathe in on a regular basis. By coming here, you are rewriting that, teaching your body its capacity to focus, to relax, bring yourself back and relax. Feel what's happening in your body. Pay attention. How much calmer you are, much more relaxed. Maybe that chatter has stopped or is less loud. That's our whole point. Allow yourself that possibility to just relax and come back to that open space. You might even feel Just a smile coming on. It's this sense of reconnecting with yourself, allowing yourself that possibility to just be. And know you're going to get pulled back. It's okay. You can always come back here. Now, slowly, I want you to just allow yourself to feel maybe your fingers moving a little bit, maybe your feet. Just slowly, slowly let yourself come back. Keep your eyes closed. Notice how calm your breath is. When you're ready, just slowly all the way back. And you can open your eyes whenever. All right. Allow everyone to slowly come back. Mhm. Okay, I think what I didn't mention in any of our, well, one emails and two posts was was what would be great is maybe we can, if anyone wants, um, uh, is to does would anyone want to share anything that they uh, perhaps experienced or how they felt during that? It would be great. It's just because we want to create a little bit too of an influential effect on the group, right? Because the way that everyone experiences things will always relate to something someone else is feeling. So it's really, really important. There's no obviously obligation to do that, but if anyone would like to share something, you can either put your hand up or send us a little message so that we can click on you. How would we do that anyways? I need a tech person. So
It's not me.
maybe we get one of the kids in here, maybe. So if anyone wants to say anything, you can, I think you can just raise your hand on the little icon on the bottom.
So I see a message.
Okay.
Linda, you wrote. Can you click on the messages?
Yeah.
You wrote, so a little tech message, the voice and the sound. Can you go down?
Where are we?
Down.
That way.
Down.
All the way.
Give it to me.
Oh, okay, we can read some of these too, though. That'd be helpful.
Excellent music, track, and voice. This is Linda. My question is, because
Was my voice loud enough?
from my iPad, I couldn't hear every word Kevin was saying. When he would whisper, I wouldn't hear anything. And then it was like robotic music.
I think it's because it's in our house, maybe.
I think. So I want to know if it was clear for you. Like the music, the voice, was it clear or it was like...
I'm going to read some comments. If no one's going to step up to the plate, I'm not going to name anybody. But so...
Maybe Michelle right there.
Did I stop? Oh, Michelle, are you going to talk?
Sure.
Oh, yes.
So I could hear you perfectly, Kevin, but the music just kept cutting in and out. Like
Oh, really?
Lots of like time where there was no music.
Okay.
But it was fine.
Okay.
But I'm very, very relaxed now.
Yeah. How was it for you? What did anything that you want to discuss on how you felt? Was it difficult for you, like, to stay focused on something? Was it did you get pulled out a lot? What happened?
I always get pulled out a lot, but I try to come back right away. At the beginning, it was easier to not get pulled out. And then it got harder. I don't know why, but I could feel my whole body so relaxed. Like,
yeah.
Really, maybe because I'm tired, but really, really, it felt good. And I was imagining all my cells waking up in my body.
That's fantastic. Well, I like what you mentioned about the length of it too, because quite often, like, the longer we stay in it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get better and better and better. Like, it's like doing anything for endurance, right? Like, it gets more difficult because you start to sit there and then you're like, oh my God, well, is this still going on? And I'm tired, and now I'm uncomfortable, and now my back hurts, and now this is... So you can see how the mind is so strong. So that's why it takes time to build this type of endurance, to build this type of focus, this type of attention, to be able to do it on a longer time, right? It doesn't mean that 15 minutes is less and it's not as effective. And no, not at all. You could have an amazing experience in 10 minutes. Like, it really is about developing the ability to stay focused and know that, okay, if I do get pulled out, it's not the end of the world. There's no bad, there's no good. It just is. Just observe it and bring yourself back. The more you do it, the more you'll develop that muscle, and it'll be a lot easier for you to stay in it. So that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. My wife putting you on the spot.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Well done. We could pick on other people, actually.
There's a good message here from Sandra. She said that I felt tingling. Whenever I noticed the tingling, it would want to go away. Then when I would let go, the tingling started up again.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain that. So this is going to happen when we start on day 2 tomorrow. Boom. Day 2, we're talking about wavelengths. So we're going to get into some, like, what is it when you're in beta, which is the busy mind that we experience every day that you were battling with tonight. We're going to constantly battle with that one. So beta is the awake state. Then we're going to start talking about alpha, theta waves, delta waves, and what does it feel like in those different waves. Now, so what Sandra, you said, right? Sandra, so what Sandra was experiencing, so the tingling part, quite often when we start to calm down and start to allow our nervous system to just get less noisy, less irritated, we start to fall into more alpha and then into more theta. When you start noticing it and you ask, what is that? And what is that feeling? And what am I experiencing? The brain cuts it off and you shut it down right away. You can't try and get into those states. You have to let go and allow yourself to fall into them. This is a very, very important concept. So the more, like, I remember even courses with Dispenza back in the day where he would talk about that, where he had some pretty trippy things happen where he would experience himself walking outside of himself, walking through walls and stuff like that. And as soon as he would be like, wow, what is this? He'd come back in his body. So like it's very important. One, sometimes what happens is we feel these things and it makes us nervous. And then that will pull you out of it. So just remember, again, it's about that calming, that I'm okay here. Okay, I'm safe. All right. Just allow the body to do what it needs to do. So that's going to happen where you get pulled out of these things like that. That's why, again, it's about developing that capacity to actually bring yourself back each time. And every time you do that, you just keep reinforcing that muscle again, right?
So Ellie didn't have sound at all, like didn't have the music at all. It's weird, eh?
Didn't have the music at all.
No. Summit was great music, great voice. There was one that said again, music and voice was great. This is Cynthia. She had earphones in. Was nice to have this guided meditation, reminding me not to judge and just observe. That's the whole point. Okay. I kept hearing in my head Catherine's voice to surrender. Thank you.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah, this was great. So
nice.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Awesome. So would anyone else want to say something before we close this for today?
Judy.
Where's Judy?
There. Did we get to see you too, Judy?
Oh, I don't know.
Bottom left.
Better not.
What did you want to share, Judy?
I went into this with an extreme amount of pain from inflammation in my wrist and hand. And I didn't know that I would be able to detach from the pain. So I started the meditation with an ice pack on and tired. And I think I might have fallen asleep, but I was also not aware of the pain anymore. I just, very, very few interfering thoughts. Just went with it. It was fabulous. The music, your voice, all gentle, soft, and the pain. I still have the ice pack on, but the pain was a lot less obvious. So,
that's
great
fantastic.
job.
That's
Great
fantastic.
job.
Well, you did it. So you see, when you allow yourself to get in there, that's what we're looking for. And the more we share these things too, that it's encouraging for everyone else that could be suffering from something to just allow themselves to do that. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Oops.
Okay. Is that it?
Good luck.
Oh, Maria. You have to unmute, Maria.